All right. Looks like we're live. Let's get some people in here. Oh, boy. Take a few minutes to get the people in here. Let's get the volume up loud. All right. Everybody say hello. I got it set up on the computer today, so I should be able to read all the comments and everything like that. We're going to try to go live. Hopefully it's better than today's live fishing because that was horrible. And not feeling a whole lot better, but we're going to get it done. Let's let a few people get on. My man Stephen Brown from XHD Mounts. What's up, buddy? We're going to let a few people get on here, get it going. It usually takes a minute or two to get everybody on and get them rolling, but we're going to talk about a lot of good stuff today. Got a lot of stuff today. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about the Bassmaster Classic. We're going to talk about Dustin Connell winning at MLF at Smith Lake in Alabama. We're going to talk about the new 26.20 settings. We're going to talk about the use of perspective mode today. Well, we're going to talk about a lot of good stuff here. I wish some people would get on here. Usually it takes a few minutes, but we will see what we're doing here today. Maybe it'll click on live here pretty soon. All right, got another person getting on. It takes a minute. We'll get everybody going here. I'll give everybody 2 or 3 minutes, 4 minutes to get on. And then we're going to go live, really get into this stuff. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about here. I want to get some people on and kind of get some just good discussions going here. See if we can get it. I know it's a weird night. I was going to do it on a Saturday night, but I have to work that night. So we're definitely definitely pushing the envelope a little bit here during the week, but that's okay. Last week the live was pretty successful live. We ended up having, I forgot how many people. That's work did more on the live stream and fabrication. Tell you what, that would be really awesome. I would like to see that. That'd be pretty nifty. If you don't know, Stephen Brown is the owner of XHD Mounts. He has jumped on board with the 10K giveaway, and he's donating the mount to the. I mean, just awesome thing. So I want y'all to get. I want y'all to start. You know, these guys that give to them, and like I said, I don't get anything monetary wise from this. What I do is I do this. I'm trying to get the 10K giveaway really big, really awesome. Right now, we're giving away the fish finder. We're giving away a GT54 transducer. We're giving away 3 $25 gift cards to chattyboys.com. We're giving away an XHD mount. If you haven't seen it, what's going on, Chris? I mean, you can't stay but a minute. That's okay, bro. Pass the word around a little bit. We need to get some people on here. Then we're giving away Summit Fishing Equipment has jumped in, and we haven't finalized what they're giving away yet. But I'm trying to get something there for the ice guys. You know, try to get the ice guys going and things like that. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Trying to get the volume. Let's see. How do I get my volume up real high? All right, volume's up high. But let's get into it. Let's start talking about some stuff here. Maybe some people will jump in. Let's jump in. All the talk lately has been for what? It has been this 26.2 update. I mean, it is literally turned the Garmin world upside down. I have got mine absolutely dialed in, and some people it is not. It is just totally, and I think this is so weird, is like ruined their fish finders. I mean, they get it to the point they're not. They're ready to throw them off the front deck. I mean, people are ready to just literally quit Garmin over the fact that let's see, had a horrible day with Livescope. My unit dialed in, now can't find the sweet spot. See, that's what we're saying, Kevin. That's what we're talking about right here. This 26.2 is unreal that it's very finicky, and I don't understand what it is. The 25.3, excuse me, the 24, all that other stuff. Once you had some settings, you dialed it in. Now, I had done some testing, and I did not release the testing, and I'll tell you why. It was very windy that day, and it was very hard to stay on target with what I was looking at. So I didn't want to release something that it just wasn't going to be right, because people would have been saying, oh, you got voids. I didn't want to release it because the voids weren't actually there. They were me losing the target, or me losing the brush pile, me losing the bait because of the high winds. So I didn't want to release that until I could get a nice calm day. Now I have in my possession 14.1. 14.1 is literally the software update for perspective mode. I've heard so many people say that before we got perspective mode, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. So I've got 14.1 mode. I'm going to do some testing, and it's harder to do these tests than you really believe, because I got to get into an area and I try to go forward over something, come back, put some baits in. So it's hard to put these tests together. They're not the easiest tests to put together. I try my best to put them together, but they're really, really hard. And I may start breaking these tests down into software updates. Just put one software update out. The next day, put the next software update out, and let you kind of look at each one. Because I have been saying this forever. I don't think that what we had was as good as we thought, but I don't think what we have now is as bad as we thought. I think on 26.2, what we give up is a little bit of the detail. And I believe we've gained a little bit of a clearer screen. And and this comes from so many people have called down there and said, the screen's not clear. It's got some fuzz. And after enough calls, Garmin's going to put out an update. If the people aren't happy and they get literally thousands of calls saying the screen's not clear enough, they're going to clear the screen up. The problem is we've reached the limit on where LVS 32 can go. You can't, like, for example, LVS 34 ceiling's way up here. LVS 32 is down here. You can't clear the screen up and still keep the detail. LVS 34, absolutely, you will be able to. I've seen the video, have some video in my possession, and have seen the transducer and used it for a few hours. I'm going to tell you, it is legit. It is the real deal legit. I'm talking about no settings, no noise control, no TVGs, nothing. And just look awesome. No, you can still see spots where the screen stitches, but there is no voids in this stitching. So, and there is no, you can still see in like 5 or 6 foot of water, see the resemblance of a ghost tree, and that stuff's not going to go away. You can't, it's just the way the ultrasound technology works. You're going to see some of this. So that's going to, I think LVS 34 is going to be the real deal. It's pretty awesome. I can't wait to get home. We got 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks till it comes out. First of all, I want to talk about 3 things. Chattyboys.com. These guys have stepped up. They give a 10% discount. Use Garmin Guru, one word. That's a 10% discount. And that's not 100% of the items on the store, but it's a lot. It's a lot. There are some items he cannot discount due to the fact that manufacturers set the retail prices on, and they cannot deviate from them. That keeps big boys from, like Bass Pro Shops, undercutting little guys. So he has to follow those prices. There are some that he gets manufacturer stuff. The other day he put an Onyx, is the 34 more for the bass guys. Kenneth, let me tell you something. I got to use it for quite a bit, and I did a lot of testing. I didn't even go fishing with it, to tell you the truth. All I did was throw some baits and drop some jigs down. Actually, in reality, this may be the best all-around transducer I've ever seen. When I put it down to that 25 foot or 30 foot and drop that jig down, there was no areas where you were working up to a brush pile and you would see that brush pile disappear in the voids. Now, I like to snipe crappie, which I cast a Roadrunner and reel it in. This right here, you can see a Roadrunner at 30, 40 feet. As far as you can cast that little Roadrunner, and it comes back ultra clear. There's no voids. I mean, it's unreal what this one does. I mean, it really is. It really is top notch. And I hate to say that people, there's some guys that are happy with it. If you're happy, no, Kenneth, I'm not just the video, but I saw it in person. I got it in person, not the video that I put out from the guys at Bass Tank. I have seen it in person, had it on my boat, and used it for about 10 hours with a guy. And let me tell you something, it's a real deal. It's a real deal. But I will say this. Jason Christie just won the Bassmaster Classic, and he did not have the new one on his boat. You can look at it. He's got the old one on his boat. So don't think that those guys are getting something that we're not. But let me get right back to chattyboys.com real quick. These guys are giving 10% off the entire deal. They're giving, I think they have an awesome deal going on right now with some Minn Kota Talons. Am I right? Yeah, Talons. It's just he does a great job. Guys, give him a visit. He has baits. He has all the stuff for your boats. I mean, latches. If you want to redo something on your boat or need something, he has it. I mean, every time I get an item, if I get it from him, I tag that item in the description. You can go to his website. And then I want to talk about XHD mounts. I'm going to talk about them a little bit further than I did a while ago. These guys, his name is Stephen Brown. He custom builds these things. He was from the Louisiana area, moved up to Missouri. He custom builds them. Awesome. And I got one in the mail today and put a little review up. I'm not feeling well. But I did go ahead and put a review up just to kind of let you see what some of the stuff he does. I mean, it's a mount that's going to go on my console and take the place of a ram mount that is, man, it is so solid. I was actually taking the mount and moving the boat. That's how solid this mount is. It comes with all the hardware. It comes with all the hardware for mounting the fish finders too. He thought of it. He's got a beautiful powder coat on it. It looks amazing. I want to talk about Summit, my favorite mount, Summit Outdoors Fishing Mount, summitfishequipment.com. Their mounts are amazing. I have been using this mount. And the only thing I'm worried about is with the new LVS 34 is if I'm going to be able to use this mount. I may have to do a little rigging, but I'm pretty sure I can get this mount to work. The transducer is bigger. That's the one thing I'm worried about. So I don't know how that's going to work. I know that Garmin is putting their perspective mount in the box with it. And if you know anything, but I hate the Garmin box. The mount, it points down too much. That angle right there is the wrong angle for fishing shallow water, which is what perspective mode is made for. It's made for shallow water. And I use it constantly. I went live today for about an hour. I only lost one fish on the live. I wish I'd caught some, but to be honest with you, I wasn't feeling great. And after the live, I literally put it on the trailer. Come home, and I never put it on the trailer to come home early. If my wife says I can go fishing, that sweet little thing says I can go fishing, I go fishing. But let's go. Let's talk about something today. I want to talk about the Bassmaster Classic. Jason Christie finally, after two other times entering the final day, he finally got the win. And not only that, he's Garmin's #1 guy. And and Fletcher's their #2 guy. So their top two guys is right there in the winning. And I like Kyle Welcher. I mean, this guy's awesome. He's got a good YouTube page too. He's a little bit different than most people's YouTube pages. I like his YouTube page. I like the way it goes. Really awesome. He does some good stuff on there. But Jason Christie, I mean, how hard is it when you're the spinnerbait guy? That's what you're known for, spinnerbaits and doing it. To resist the urge and temptation to get up in that dirty water, stay in that clean water by himself. He was by himself forever. Stay in that clean water, use the Livescope, get the big fish on the jig, and put together a game plan and really execute it. That last day, everything in his being was saying, go shallow, get the spinnerbait, but he didn't. He stuck to his game plan and won by 5 ounces. So pretty awesome there. Pretty awesome there. So I was pretty impressed with that. And then Dustin Connell beating down the king over there, Jacob Wheeler. And I was surprised. Let me get y'all going over here. People, if y'all watching, comment something. Say something to me here. Let me know you're live. Let me know you're live. Today's live is not kicking as good as it was before. Dustin Connell taking on the giant, Jacob Weaver, and beating him down, baby. Coming back and beating him down. Of course, he, like everybody else, he was out there on them Livescope, on them Kentuckies. It has just changed the way fishing is. It's changed the way I fish. We don't have a lot of Kentuckies, but I will tell you, from in the wintertime when I used to just leave it alone and stay at the house or go fishing, hunting or something like that, I go bass fishing now and catch big bass and catch some of the biggest bass I've ever caught suspended just out in the middle of nowhere. And that is so much fun. It is so much fun, and I love it. But one of the big announcements this week, I think it's really cool. Going to get some white T-shirts just like this, very simple. And we're going to get the double G emblem put on there and the ring the bell. I'm going to put that on there because that's my saying. That's my thing. Ring the bell. We're going to get the double G emblem put on the chest probably and maybe ring the bell, put it in the back. I hadn't decided quite how we're going to design it, but here's what we're going to do. All the proceeds from this shirt, 100% of the proceeds. I'm not going to profit from them all. We're going to take whatever it takes to make the shirts, take that money out and pay for that. And then the rest of it, I'm going to be donating to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. My son, Drake, he is doing a bike-a-thon, and I have a real special place in my heart for St. Jude's. I had a brother pass away up there. St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, they don't make you pay for anything. And if you're there and with cancer or whatever, they do not make you pay for anything. And that right there takes big-time money. Big-time money and big-time funds, and it takes a lot of good people working. So what we're going to do is I'm going to sell 20 shirts. 20 shirts. What you want to do is if you want a shirt, I will put a Facebook post to the Facebook Garmin Guru page. And if you haven't liked that page, go like it. It's pretty cool. It's up to over 2,000 members now. Go to that. Tell me your size, and it's going to take me a little time. Be patient. And I'm going to set it up where you can pay, like Facebook me the money. And I'm going to take this money. We're going to get the shirts made in specific sizes. I'm going to stick with all white the first time. Not going to go crazy. But all the proceeds is going to go to St. Jude's Children's Research, and it's going to, this is a great thing, guys. Even if you don't like the shirt, it's awesome. It's an awesome thing to be able to put some money into some kids and help some kids out that kids need help. And so I'll put that link, or actually put it over on Facebook, and we're going to try to raise some money, and I will get it where you can Facebook pay me. The shirt's going to be $25. The shirt's going to be $25. They may be, I'm just saying around about 25. I think I'm going tomorrow to get all the final details worked out on it, but I'm going to put the double G, ring the bell, and try to get the sizes everybody wants. And the first 20 to do it, we're going to do a limited run of 20. And like I said, all the proceeds go to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. That's a great place. And so if you have any questions about that, type it over here in the comments. And Kevin will, that is awesome, man. I don't think you can help these people enough. Some of these little kids, and they're fighting a battle they can't win, and the parents are fighting a battle they can't win. And I can only imagine if one of my kids was there with the millions of dollars it takes to treat these people, and if they don't last a few minutes longer with their family before they go see God, that's awesome. And we give them all the time that they want, and hopefully we can give them some money and help them out. All right, so let's get on to the next deal. Let's talk about perspective mode. So many people. I posted a video last week. Where I was fishing and I caught several nice bass, including a 7-11, a 6. I had one over 5. Let's see here. I'm torn between choosing the 12-22 or 12-23, pairing with a bird. 12-23 with a bird. Well, I did not know that. Kevin Will, thank you for bringing that up. There's an eBay site. You can bid on pros jerseys for St. Jude. That is awesome. And I will try to find that and get that up because, like I said, St. Jude holds a great place in my heart. None of your business. You're pairing it with a bird. I'm assuming you get the bird for the side imaging type stuff. I'm telling you, man, that side image is pretty good on Garmin, brother. I think you're missing the beat on that. I mean, look at some of my videos. I got some videos that are bad to the bone on side imaging. Torn between the 1223. Being that you have 1022, I believe. I do have the 1022, and I have the 943 XSV and a 93 UHD. And now the touchscreen. If you had to choose one, which one? Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm a big, for Livescope, I'm a big 1022 or 1222 guy. And I tell you, it's just so easy. That is awesome. That is awesome. It's just so easy to make these adjustments with that dial. It's fast, it's quick, it's accurate. And that's what you want when you're live scope fishing, especially chasing bass or even sniping white perch. You want to make the adjustments quick. And you don't want to get your finger off that dial and get back to fishing. With the touch screens, it's a little bit more complicated. Now, I will say this. If you the new operating system on the GPS map series, it's still the 93 UHD hasn't changed their operating series, but the new interface on the 943 XSVs, man, it had me thinking whether or not I wanted to get a 1043 or 1243 when I replaced the 93 UHD. I tell you, it's kind of, if you got fat fingers like mine, look at the size of them sausage fingers. That dial is just so much better. And most people that I've recommended the dial to love it. Now, the problem with the 1220, I think the 1242 XSV, which is a touchscreen, maybe not, 1222, excuse me, I'm all lost. The 943 XSV is, the problem with it is, it's just the adjustments are so slow. They're not, they're not fast and quick. You can't just get into it. You have to go into the options, go to the menu and change your gain, or you can pull it up on the bottom, and then you fight that thing that I have went through so much. If you miss that button just a little bit, it pauses the screen. Me, myself, I like the 1222. And if you can, like on your console or something like that, and you have another GPS map series, you can Ethernet them together, or do what I'm going to show y'all tomorrow. Use the Netgear hub. So, okay, Kevin Will, you sent me a link on Messenger, and I'm going to post this link for the guys on our page. I think that's awesome. I'm going to show y'all how to link some stuff together tomorrow. I've got one of the biggest problems with the 943 XSV has screen resolution between, I tell you what, 943 XSV is faster than the 1022 processing speed. When you turn them on, that 943 will load up before the GPS map gets off the intro screen. The 1022 gets off the intro screen, and it's fast. I mean fast. It has a beautiful picture, but the GPS map 1022 has a great picture also. Nothing to do with pictures, but the little bit faster processing speed inside of it. Now, I will say the reason is because the 1022 is a standalone unit. It requires a black box to process. You can't put the 1022s or 1222s. You can't have sonar capabilities with those. Those are standalone units. They're made for sailing, powerboat type deals. When you put it into whatever you use, whether it be sonar or anything, you have to have a black box. And so it's kind of hit and miss. If I'm still choosing the 1222. I love it. Now, let me get back to this Netgear hub. Garmin, with the advent of the LVS 34, a lot of people are asking, can I use two transducers and one black box? Unfortunately, you cannot. You cannot. You're going to have two black boxes and two transducers. Now, what I'm seeing is, no problem, brother. What I'm seeing is an opportunity for guys to be able to take the old LVS 32 and use it also. But here's what you're going to have. You're going to have a network hub. For something like the 943 XSV, they only have one Ethernet port in the back. The GPS map 1022 has two, but in order to link two units together through Ethernet, one of those is going to be given up, and another one's going to be coming from the Livescope. There is a way to get around it. You can get a Garmin hub. It's $259. With that Garmin hub, you can run two Livescope units. You can run 3 or 4. You can hook up 2 or 3 more units to this, and so one Livescope or 2 Livescopes can go to as many hub ports as you got on there. But $249 is absolutely ridiculous. So I bought, just for the heck of it, because I don't need it at this point in time. I will need it here when I replace the 93 UHD, because I'm probably going to go with the 1222. I'm going to have a 1022 and a 1220 or 1222 and a 1022, and then my 943 will be on the console, the steering wheel. The Netgear hub, $29. It's an 8-port Netgear hub, and let me tell you, it works. You can plug them in, use Cat 5 Ethernet cables, plug them straight in, and it will network to all the units. Now, the one thing that you have to guard against is it is not waterproof. Not like the Garmin one, which is waterproof. So you'll have to build something, and I haven't installed mine yet, but I am going to show you how it works tomorrow. You're going to have to build something that waterproofs the Netgear hub, and that's not that hard. I mean, a Tupperware with some silica pack stuck in it will keep it, especially if it's in your rod box, will keep it dry. That's simple. There's nothing major there. So there's some options here. Instead of spending $249, you can link 3, 4, 5 units together for $40. And I don't know about you, $40 is much better than $250. And then you got to buy the $30 or $40 cables. Cat 5 Ethernet cable is what you need. A Netgear hub. Oh, when I do the thing tomorrow, I'm going to show you all this whole setup. You're going to love it. It's because I like to spend my money on my units, and that's all Garmin's is. It's a Cat 5 line, Cat 5 wire. Their hub is just a waterproofed hub. You can waterproof it with you can steal one of your wife's Tupperware bowls out there. I bet you I got 50 right in that little thing right there. She won't know, right? I think she'll probably know. But that's something that's going to be really, really cool. You're going to see that tomorrow. And I got a game video coming out probably Saturday or Sunday. Got some really good stuff coming out. So, man, I wish somebody would ask me some questions over here. I got 15 people on. Ain't nobody saying nothing. 15 people. None of your business. He did it. He got it. And I hope we helped him out. I would none you. I'm going to tell you, brother. Me, I'm still going with the 1222. And price not being an issue. I'm just not a big fan for adjusting with these fingers. And even people who don't have little fingers, that dial is so awesome. I mean, it's awesome. And they make a 1243 XSV, which will read sonar. So it's not just always, all of them have to be not reading sonar. So, but come on, guys, let's ask some questions here. I'm going to type at y'all. Ask some questions. Man, that is a good looking hat, Stacy. Stacy, my man, have you been doing any white perch fishing? If you don't know, this is my good friend, Slot Limit Baits, Stacy Wiles. He works with me at the paper mill. He has a bait company he started himself, and let me tell you something. I use his baits. My favorite is that Lake Fork Dominator. I've caught so many crappie on that this year. But let me tell you, he has a website, and he has 4 or 5 different styles, really innovative type styles. And I'm going to tell you something. They work good. And I kind of got into tying flies, but I'll be honest with you, tying white perch jigs, I can't hardly get away from that Lake Fork Magic color. I mean, that Lake Fork Dominator is bad to the bone. It's a good bait. The whole thing is some good. It's a whole good line of baits, and I'll tell you what, they last long. They don't tear up real easy, but they have great movement. What he does with that plastic formula is awesome. But that is a good looking hat. That covers up that old bald head right there. Keeps that sunshine off that bald head, especially when I'm out there trying to fish. Man. But look, man, if we done got some rain, just when we thought the spawn was finna happen, like it is finna go full blown, caught a few nothing to brag on. You're supposed to tell me a good lie because I'm over here talking about your company. You're supposed to be telling me, man, I killed them. Man, that's been the biggest problem. We haven't had a lot of rain this year, and the water was way down, so we knew we needed some rain. But the problem with getting a lot of rain this time of year is the farmers are starting to get into them fields, and when they start plowing and stuff like that, these lakes turn to absolute mud. You can see it on some of the videos, especially the one last week. Um, they were they were just total. But today, it looks like you can walk across the water. The water's so muddy. And then we turn around and we get some warm up days. Then it gets cold. Now it's talking about freezing rain tomorrow night. Uh, Man, this is tough for the spawn. Like I said, I caught one today and lost four other fish. One of them on camera. Wish I'd have caught him. Man, that'd been awesome alive. But I felt bad. And I ain't gonna lie, I put it on the trailer. I was trying my best to tough through it, but if I'm in the spawn and I go home, well, let's not feel great. But guys, I was gonna do a little bit shorter one today, not do as much, but I just want to invite you to get in here, and I just wanted to. This is more or less this week going to be more or less going to be about the just kind of bring some attention to the guys that are really sponsoring this giveaway. It's amazing. But I wish I'd have had some questions about the 26.2. I like it, and that is where I've got on the water with some other guys that have had this 26.2, and after I get through dialing their units in, they look amazing. I just did a video where I did all 15 color palettes, throwing the Alabama rig because that was what it was about. Throwing an Alabama rig, and I'm going to tell you something. There's no void spots, and I'm not saying that some people don't have void spots. But after I've got on the water with them and worked with some of these guys, and I wish I was a lot closer to a lot of y'all, I was able to fix some of their problems, and they're not all able to be fixed. They're not all able to be fixed. Some of the problems are just impossible to fix. I don't know. I don't know what the heck this update did to some people's graphs, and I mean some of them. They have shown me some of them, and I even found one during the down view that I'm talking about. You could drive a truck through there and that thing would disappear. That is crazy. But then go right back out there the next day and dial it in perfect. It's crazy. My personal thought is that they've upped the power amperage on this thing, or upped the power output. I don't know if there's to account for the new LVS 34. It's going to be, they saying that the power output and everything's the same on this new transducer, that it's just they realigned the beams, and therefore it's supposed to cut down on the stitching problems and cut down on the stitching and the voided areas and things like that. But like I said, I've seen it. It's amazing, but I believe it's a more powerful unit. Being able to turn that gain up. I'm talking about, let's see, a question about a new Gormatroller. All right, Dwayne Newport. I have a question about a new Gormatroller. If I'm navigating a route, can I cancel it and resume the route from where I'm sitting? Yeah, what you do is wherever you're at on that route, when you go into the route, and it's hard for me to just kind of draw this up to you. You have your route, and if you get off the route, if you get off the trolling motor, touch the trolling motor with your pedal, you get back down there, and it'll say navigate to, and you'll push navigate to, and it'll say the to end or to start, and that'll start you from right where you're at, and you can choose whether to go back to the beginning of the route you've created or the end of the route you created. So, say you're fishing and your route's here and here, and you pull in the middle. You don't necessarily have to go to the end. You can go to the start of the route, or you can go on down to the start of the route and navigate to the end. But you can interrupt a route and then go back in and push navigate to again. Navigate to again, and it's going to ask you to start or to end. I believe so. It's been a while since I've done a route. I did some videos on that a long time ago. We don't do a lot of routes here in the South. Like following contour lines. I don't do that too much down here. a lot of the waters I fish are backwater areas and things like that. But I do know that you can go into the middle of a route. And what you'll have to do is just push in navigation, and then go back to that route, re-choose it again on the screen of the fish finder, and push navigate to, and it's going to ask you to the start or to the end, and that trolling motor will take off, and it'll follow it. I think you have to choose trolling motor, navigate with the trolling motor, and it'll head right on over there to the end. It does a good job. I have done some testing on it and dropped buoys at some of the spots, and I'm going to tell you, that thing will follow those things to the money within a couple feet of those buoys. And how do you like your new Garmin trolling motor? Do you like it, Dwayne? Have you had it out much? I love mine. I tell you what, I wouldn't be caught. I won't have another one. Not an Ultrex, definitely not a motor guy. I won't have any of those other ones. I'm telling you, I'm absolutely love mine. You can see me in the wind the other day. When I say wind, I'm talking about 25, 30-mile-an-hour winds. My shirt about to blow off my chest. I literally had it on number 2. Andy Leonard, almost done with installing my Garmin 1022 with my LVS 32. Should I try out my unit first before updating? Absolutely. And the reason I say this is some people are happy with the picture they had. And I know, and I try to tell people that when they're updating, before you update, if you're happy and there's nothing wrong, there's no rush to update. There's no absolute rush. I mean, if they put out an update tomorrow, 27.2 or 27.1, 26.2 is going to be included in it. So you can update it any other time. So get out on the water and try to see if you like it. It's probably going to be 25.3 on the 1022. It's probably 25.3 or something on there, maybe even 24, depending on when it was made. And you probably like that one for what you're doing. You'll probably like it. I believe in my heart that the 26.2 is geared toward more the bass guys than the white perch crappie guys. I'm sorry to say that, but I really believe it's true. And but I would stick with what is on there first, and you'll probably be happy with it. I mean, the 25.3 and the 24.2 or whatever it was really good. So I definitely stick with that first before updating. Now, if there were serious problems, then try it. All right, really want to go with the Transducer Pro versus on the trolling motor. Have you ever tried both or just always had it on the trolling motor? Well, actually, buddy, I had it on the trolling motor first, and I do not have it on the trolling motor anymore. I haven't had it on the trolling motor since Christmas time. I put it on a live scanner pole, and I absolutely will not fish with it on the trolling motor ever again. It will not happen. Having it on that live scanner pole, being able to run the trolling motor and do whatever I need to do, but have that live scanner pole either in perspective mount or forward mode or whatever, pointing the direction I want and not worry about that trolling motor, it's the only way to go. It is absolutely amazing being able to control it independently, and I would not go back. Live scanner makes a great one. I like live scanner, but there are some other ones out there. Right Height makes a good one from what I have, but Right Heights is ugly. I mean, it's ugly. Live scanners look pretty good. But I would definitely go with a pole. Once you go with the pole, you will never go back. I'm telling you, you will curse that transducer being on a trolling motor, and then when you realize how bad you fought it, you'll think, why didn't I do this sooner? So definitely go get you I like the motorized poles. The live scanner is amazing. I mean, the regular poles are $300-$400. Live scanners $600. Spend the extra money. J.M. Rose, wish you could afford to trash your motor guide and get the Garmin. Man, I tell you what, I threatened motor guide with a lawsuit. That's how I got my money back. Actually, with it on a river situation, being possible with it on the trolling motor, just a lot of work. Absolutely. And using your spot lock, that's the reason you got it. I mean, to use that spot lock and to keep yourself in place, but it's constantly adjusting. And being able to take that live scanner pole and adjust it. And yes, you're still going to adjust it because your trolling motor moves a little bit. There's no such thing as a spot lock that stays on a dime. They don't make them. But being able to take that live scanner pole and adjust that live scanner pole just where you want it's awesome. You like the cornfield. Cornfield crappie makes good mounts. Dwayne, you're going to love this. You're going to love the Garmin, but it's, I'm telling you, you're going to love me. And I'm still on the same set of AA batteries in the pedal. I did not hardwire my power wire. I kept that thing on AA batteries. I've had it for since November, 5 months, and I fish a lot. I'm telling you, I fish a lot. If I'm off, I'm fishing. I don't know how my wife don't divorce me, but I'm off, I'm fishing. And let me tell you something. I ain't changed the batteries yet. It works great. You can take the pedal out, stick it in your box. If you're worried about flying out your boat, it ain't gonna fly out your boat, but you can do that, and it works. Now you got to tell us about the drama with Motor Guide. All right, I'll tell you about the drama with Motor Guide. I had a Motor Guide Tour Pro, and it was a good trolling motor right up to the day it wasn't. I was on the way to the lake one morning, checked my emails about 5:30 in the morning, and it said, "Do not use your spot lock immediately," or whatever they call an anchor lock or whatever. Do not use it immediately. There's a recall. I was like, man, I haven't had any problems out of it. I ain't worried about that mess. Well, I got out there, and I'm telling you, the day they said it happened, I pushed spot lock, worked fine. Pushed the button, the momentary button to kick it out of spot lock like normal, and it did. It kicked it out of spot lock. But the motor locked up, so it was like, wouldn't let me turn it left or right. The spot lock motor was keeping it in a bind. Well, I figured out that you could stow it and redeploy it, and that would turn it on it off, and that would allow you to use your trolling motor. Well, that went on all day long. I'd forget about it, hit the spot lock, argue with it. I argued and I fought. Well, I got home that evening. Oh, it's Ryan, there's more. I got home that evening, and it's sitting in the driveway. When you stow a Motor Guide, it's supposed to be off. I went to the store, and I come back, and that thing was it was literally trying to turn, and it was off. So I turned it off, unhooked it from the trolling motors. I thought the thing was going to burn up. Well, I went back fishing. It lasted all day. Nothing ever happened after I hooked it back up. And I was sitting there, my foot off the trolling motor, and this thing took off hard to the left. Hit my ribs on the fish finders, flipped out of the boat. The boat goes to the other side of the lake. It's up in the bushes. I had to get somebody to take me over there to my boat. Looked like an idiot. Boat's over in the shallows. Darwin, I got the live scanner, true scanner. Is that what it is? True scanner, yeah. But the boat's up in the shallows. So I get off the lake. I call Motor Guide. They said, well, we got a recall. I said, well, how long is it going to take well, we can't get none of the parts, so just don't use your trolling motor. I said, what do you mean don't use it? I'm fishing. We fought and fought and fought. Finally, I took it up to the local dealership, and he said, you want to get your – I said, I just want my money back. He said, just tell them you're going to file a lawsuit. So I told him I was going to file a lawsuit because I literally took it in, and there was 15 of them laying on the floor with the same problem. Broke. Couldn't be fixed. Not till they got the part in. Now, I'm assuming they did finally fix these things. But I called them, threatened them with a lawsuit. They literally overnighted me a check the next day. That's how crazy. And trust me, Motor Guide is Mercury, and I can't stand them. I'm a Yamaha guy, and I'm a Garmin guy. Garmin's got the best customer service on the market. But we don't see any more questions here, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. I got to get my little baby girl. My wife is going to a banquet tonight, so I've got the youngest. They're over at their grandma's. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for ringing the bell. We're at 60. Let's see how many subscribers we actually have right now. Let's see here. 6173, almost 6,200. We got 3,800 more, and we're at this giveaway. Hey guys, share the stuff. Visit these sites: XHD Mounts, Summit Fishing Equipment, chattyboys.com. He's my original guy. Visit these sites, and look at them. Give them a chance. You know what I mean? These guys, they're doing a lot of this, and and I understand they're trying to better themselves. but they're still giving away free stuff in hopes of y'all visiting the sites. I have actually bought several things from Chatty Boys. Summit Fishing Equipment and their perspective mount. I can't say enough good things about them. I broke one, hit a stump one time, broke that sucker, slapped in half. I hit that stump hard. Messaged him on Facebook. The next day, I had one show up at the house. He overnighted it to me. You cannot get better customer service than this. He always answers your messages. It may take him to that evening, but he always answers your messages, always answers your calls. This guy is great. Stephen Brown, I mean, he builds a wonderful, and Chad Smith, chattyboys.com. Just awesome site. It's very easy to get around. And don't forget Garmin Guru, one word, gets you 10% off. And don't forget about the deal of the week he's got going on with those talons. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, he's got them talons cheaper than power poles, and they're usually more expensive. I wish that was one of the things I didn't like the power poles. They were so deadgum noisy, and that's why I got rid of them. But guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget about the shirt. I'm going to put the post over on Facebook. We're going to do the shirt. All proceeds go to St. Jude's. That's an important thing to me. I can't get enough. And then also, let's see here. Somebody sent me Kevin Wheels, I think. All right, Kevin Wheels sent me a site, and I'm going to post that eBay site where you can bid on these things, guys. This is a great cause. If you can save a kid's life for another 3 days, man. I mean, if you save it for 3 days, he gets 3 more days on this earth before he has to go see the Lord and just hang out with his people and his parents. 3 more days. Imagine it could be your kid. It really could be yours. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Hit the bell. We're growing like crazy. Sorry the video's kind of been slow the last 2 or 3 days. I ain't been feeling well. Not feeling great today. My mouth is like, oh, feel like somebody punched me in the mouth. I'm hoping I didn't get the dry socket. They said it's the worst pain you'll ever get. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'm out of here, guys. And oh yeah, don't forget, ring the bell.